So now we come to the deciding round, story. Which one presented us with a better told tale? This one's actually pretty difficult to choose because both book and movie have some serious strengths and weaknesses. Probably the biggest strength of the book is that it has some great subtle moments that aren't done as well in the movie. Specifically the scene where Ben talks about how much he loves Annabelle despite the fact that she hates him. This is a great illustration of the sibling relationship and a great pivot point for Annabelle's character, and you also really feel the pain of this little 6-year-old boy who just wants his big sister to like him. The movie did this scene fairly well too, but again, the effectiveness of it was somewhat limited to the acting ability of the kid playing Ben. But on the other hand, the movie did show us a lot more between Annabelle and Ben through the baseball playing montage. I mean, yeah, okay, it was there for laughs. I mean, what kid's baseball game has its own umpire? But if you can remember that it's Annabelle, not Ellen, playing this game, then you can really start to see the relationship developing between them. But another really good scene in the book is the parent-teacher conference scene. This is really the turning point for Annabelle's character. It's where she truly sees herself for the first time and sees how incredibly apathetic she's become. And it's where she vows to make an effort and do better, and she actually does when she switches back. But the movie just kind of glosses over this scene. It moves way too quickly and there are a few too many jokes in there for us to really take it seriously. It's like the movie makers didn't really understand the importance of this scene. They didn't do near enough to make it stand out in the story. Also, the switch back in the book is a really emotional moment with Annabelle finally breaking down and admitting that her mother was right. The movie ending was a little different. Okay, Matt. I know you want me to say, so here it is. If there is one thing that Disney knows how to do really well, it's the overblown ending. And Freaky Friday has probably one of the most insanely over-the-top endings in all of cinema. Basically, in the book, the switch occurs in a very quiet scene in the bedroom. But in the movie, it takes place, of course, at the worst possible time. While Annabelle is driving to the water ski show where her mother is water skiing. But they don't just switch into the right bodies like last time. Oh no, that would be too easy. The bodies themselves actually switch places, so we actually see the 13-year-old girl driving and the 30-something-year-old woman water skiing. And from there, it's just one bout of insanity after another. As Annabelle gets chased by 4 police cars, drives down a bunch of stairs to a passenger bridge that's only just wide enough to fit her while the police car drives on top of the sides of the bridge. The police cars get into all sorts of completely implausible situations, including splitting cleanly in 2. Meanwhile, the mother is water skiing, the boat driver falls out of the boat, and the boat somehow keeps going. She jumps through a hoop of fire, grabs a torch, and lights up a fireworks display, finally grabs onto a kite and goes flying for some reason, knocks over a human pyramid. I mean, it's almost like the writers were sitting in a room trying to think of as much over-the-top slapstick as they possibly could cram into this one scene. And let's be honest, it's kind of hard not to admire that. I beg your pardon? This scene is completely unpretentious. The writers had to know that this was an exercise in complete ridiculousness, and they treated it exactly as that. It's insane and overblown, there is no doubt about it. But in a way, it's also kind of epically amazing. I have absolutely nothing to say to that. Okay, there's other reasons why I think the movie is better too. Mostly because it looks at both sides of the generation gap equally, acknowledging that although an adult's life may be hard, a child's life is no picnic either. Also, the message is a little bit more meaningful in the movie. The book put a lot of emphasis on Annabelle's appearance, focusing on how dorky she looked at the beginning and how beautiful she looked at the end. The movie did this too, but not quite to the same extent. More important in this movie was Annabelle as a person, not just her appearance, which made it a much more meaningful and lasting message. So, ultimately, while I like the book's story, I have to admit that the movie one is told a little bit better. I mean, yeah, it's hokey, but then again, it is Disney. And it does get silly at times, but you have to consider the subject matter. I mean, this story was practically written to be a screwball comedy, and that's exactly what this movie is. Overall, I think that Mary Rodgers not only adapted her story very well to film, but she actually improved it from the book. So this time movie wins. Definitely give the book a read though, it is pretty good. And I just hope that Matt isn't too disappointed that... Yes. I've changed my mind. The book is definitely superior to the movie, and will always be superior to the movie. Yes,
Hey!
book wins.
Hey, did you
Books
switch
are
places with me?
amazing. Movies
Come
just
on, that is not
suck.
cool. Dude,
just
dude, seriously,
yes.
switch.
What are you
Matt,
so upset
knock
about?
it off. Matt, stop it. Stop it.
I'm
Switch us
giving
back
you the
right
win.
now.
So
Right,
yes,
Matt,
I'm
no,
going to go
Matt,
now
oh,
and run
you
away.
are so dead.
Goodbye.